Meg Records, the Meg Record Keeping Institute, Level 340, the worst hoax ever organized. From the archives of Dr. Henry Argyle. Excerpt from 9/14/2020 interview with Roscoe Dover. Argyle. How sure are you that Level 340 exists? Dover. I mean, as sure as I can be, I guess. This seems like a dumb question. It's a level. Argyle. What does it look like then? Dover. My friend told me it was a field of flowers with some barns and whatnot, just your average level. Argyle. That's funny. The last man I interviewed said it was an ocean with tons of boats. Again, are you certain this place exists? Dover. Maybe I got it confused with another level? Sorry. Yeah, it exists. Argyle. Have you been there? Dover. No. Argyle. Neither has a single other person I've interviewed. You're dismissed. Tell interviewee number 102 they can come in. A word from the author, Dr. Henry Argyle. Level 340 does not exist, never has, and never will. Many reading this will be under the idea that level 340 does exist. I have meticulously reviewed over 150 interviews with Wanderers about everything there is to know on level 340. This document is a compilation of info regarding the level to provide the most common understanding of this level. Please do not try and find this level, as you will fail. Survival difficulty. Non-applicable. Likely non-existent. Untrusted source info. Impossible to access. Introduction. I first learned of level 340 from a former associate who informed me he was going to search for it. After checking the database, I found no such level to exist, which immediately piqued my interest. I asked another coworker who told me they remembered the level, but had only heard it from word of mouth. This was not immediately suspicious, but I did ask a few more coworkers. None of what I was told matched the same description, and the only thing they all agreed on was that no one had been or knew of anyone who had been to level 340. Following this, I began to comb through some old forum posts and chat logs to see if there was any information on level 340. Once again, I was surprised to see not a single sentence mentioning the existence of this level. I dove deeper into the rabbit hole that is level 340's origin by pulling out any sort of physical document that had any similarities to what I had been told. I did end up finding a draft of an essay on level 340, but it had been scrapped due to inconsistencies. Over 2 days, I interviewed 170 Wanderers, Meg and bntg workers, and even attempted to use the Coco chatbot, note, see Entity 82, Coco, to see if it knew anything. After reviewing every interview, I came to multiple verifiable conclusions, the most important being that level 340 does not exist and is just a poorly designed hoax. Description. During my interviews, dozens of varying locations were described to me under the title of Level 340. Here are the most popular few organized by number of people who gave a similar description. 38. A busy suburban town bustling with life and hundreds of wanderers living there. It was described to me as an entirely safe and secure town. As expected, there were few details given. 27. A dense forest, quote unquote, known for, footnote, I was told this by 10 interviewees, end footnote, its vibrant colors from the beautiful flowers. According to the interviewees, only a few passive entities live there. 17. A rocky beach next to an unexplored, footnote, oddly convenient, no one knows what's there, isn't it? End footnote, forest, footnote. Was this possibly the inspiration for the second most popular description? End footnote. The area has a small dock and a home, stocked with supplies by the shore, and if one were to take a boat out into the ocean, they would eventually run into an invisible barrier. 10. A quote-unquote Candyland level where everything is made out of candy and food. I audibly laughed when I was first told this. It's just idiotic. Description conclusion. In total, I was given 59 completely different descriptions of level 340's scenery, which, by itself, should be enough to be able to say that this level doesn't exist. While some questions I asked changed throughout the 2 days, I always asked if they had been to the level or knew someone from the level. The answer was unanimously no. I was able to convince many that the level did not exist, luckily. Entrances and exits. Possibly the most interesting part of this investigation was learning how people said that level 340 was accessible. Almost every single interviewee had a strong belief in the level's existence, yet not a single person knew how to access the level. I always found it curious how humans can so easily buy into ridiculous theories without any proof. Due to my confidence that the level does not exist, and thus has no entrances or exits, I have decided to omit this portion of the level format. Level 340 Interview Excerpts. A word from the author, Dr. Henry Argyle. The following interviews took place over 9/13/2020 to 9/14/2020 in my office on level 11, the city that never sleeps, save for a few exceptions. I have picked out a few moments from interviews that seem substantial to prove level 340's non existence. Have people who are particularly confident in level 340, or are with notable figures. Excerpt from 9/13/2020 interview with Sydney Hanks. Hanks, why are you so negative? There isn't any reason to believe a random level doesn't exist. Argyle, Miss Hanks, the last 25 interviewees have given me a wide range of descriptions on this level that don't match up. Are you familiar with the concept of stories changing when there is no physical record? This is a perfect example of that. Hanks, but aren't there hundreds of wanderers living there? Argyle, just pause for a minute and think about what the hell you're saying. You're telling me that a few hundred happy wanderers live in a level that, no one knows how to access, and no one can agree on what it looks like. Hanks, I mean, well, sure. You're taking this way too seriously, dude. Argyle, I'm doing an investigation on how fast people are to agree with information they're given without proper evidence. It's my job to take it seriously. Excerpt from 9/29/2020 interview with Entity 140, Blanche Van Hadrich. Argyle. Lady Blanche, do you see what I'm telling you? Even the wisest person in the backrooms can't make heads or tails of this theory. Blanche. I do now. Yes. I searched my library when you told me you were coming. I didn't find any records of level 340. Of course, the vast majority of humans agree that level 340 is a real place, and I don't think that will change soon. Argyle. Even so, you haven't bought into this crackpot theory, right, ma'am? Blanche. I I don't know. This certainly is a perplexing situation for us both. I promise to get back to you if I can find anything. Argyle. Great. I'll be on my way now, but please, don't listen to anyone who asks where this stupid place is. Excerpt from 9/14/2020 interview with Jordan Drunker. Argyle. Would you mind giving me a description of what this level is like, physically? Drunker. Sure. From what my friends told me, it's a vast, open green field with a really tall tower in the middle. The tower is surrounded by, like, hundreds of entities all flocking to it. Kinda like a cult, you know? Argyle. Could you provide any more information on what this tower does? Drunker. I think it pulls them there, like with mind powers or something. The tower's just a tall, gray obelisk, though. I don't know much more besides that. Argyle. How was this discovered? Drunker. Probably some person traveled there and told people. It's a miracle they weren't killed. Lol. Footnote. Drunker did say lol out loud. End footnote. Excerpt from 9/10/2020 online chat with Entity 82, Coco. Argyle. Hello, Coco. Could you tell me a little about level 340 of the Backrooms? Coco. Sure. Level 340 of the Backrooms is a small town known as Wanderville. The Wanderer population of this town is estimated to be around 400, all of whom live in suburban homes throughout Wanderville. Wanderville has multiple grocery stores, bowling alleys, parks, and a town hall. It is one of the, if not the safest level in the Backrooms. Argyle. Are you able to direct me to the database article about level 340? Coco. Unfortunately, I can find no such article called Level 340 in my database. Argyle. Okay then. How can I go to Level 340? Coco. Unfortunately, I can find no entrances to Level 340. Argyle. Could you tell me anything else about Level 340? Coco. Unfortunately, Level 340 is currently poorly understood, and I cannot find any more information regarding it. Would you like me to search for something else? Argyle. No thanks, Coco. Excerpt from 9/13/2020 interview with Callum Jeffries. Argyle. So, now that I know you are a big follower of the level 340 theory, would you mind telling me if you have ever been there? Jeffries. Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. Argyle. Really? Please describe, in as much detail as you can, how you entered level 340, what you saw, and how you exited. Jeffries. It was some really shitty yellow walls and, carpet. I got there, I don't remember how. Heh, there weren't a lot of monsters, I don't think, though. It smelled like horse shit. I got out of there when I just fell through the floor or something. Pfft, I don't know. Argyle. You just described to me level 0 tutorial level of the backrooms, not level 340. Jeffries. I did? What the backrooms? Argyle. Have you had any agrugua fruit in the past few hours? Jeffrey. Only like a few smoothies? 8, I think. Argyle. Get the fuck out of my office. Excerpt from 9/14/2020 interview with Anonymous. Argyle. Thank you so much for joining me. I know your boss, note, see person of interest George McCarson, won't be very happy. Anonymous. I need a break from working there anyway. You said you needed the bntg's opinion on something, right? Argyle. Precisely. Have you ever heard of a level 340 from any of your coworkers? Anonymous. I have, but it's kind of weird. I overheard some people in the supply bay arguing over what it looked like. Strange, huh? Argyle. Were they planning to ship something there, or. Anonymous. Yep. I don't know what they were shipping, but they were supposed to bring some boxes to 340. Argyle. Were they ever shipped? Anonymous. Ha, no. The boss got mad and told them it didn't exist, and scolded them pretty harshly. For once, he's right. Argyle. So you don't think it exists? Anonymous. No, it's stupid. Who in their right mind would ever believe that? Argyle. Funnily enough, the majority of the 150 people before you. Anonymous. Damn, people can be dim. Any other questions? Argyle. No, this has been a good talk. I didn't need much. Thank you, and have a nice afternoon. Excerpt from 9/13/2020 interview with Drew Kingston. Argyle. Hi. As a staff member in the MEG Exploration Department, I would love to hear your thoughts on finding level 340. Kingston. Was it not already found? Some files from 3 years ago said that they had found it. Argyle. I actually found those files, but they were never published. Do you know why? Kingston. Not really. I just kind of assumed they found it, wrote a draft, and forgot about it. Argyle. Mr. Kingston, what do you think is on level 340? Kingston. Oh, I never read the files. It's probably something simple and not worth exploring if they never published it. Argyle. Level 340 doesn't exist. The draft was never published because there were too many conflicting statements on what level 340 is. That's why no one knows exactly. Kingston. No one would write documents on something that doesn't exist. They had to have found it and abandoned it for some other reason. Argyle. Nope. Level 340 is a rumor, a hoax, and a theory. It isn't a physical place. Someone likely spread the rumor as a joke, and now it's the biggest rumor in the backrooms. My conclusion on level 340. To restate again, level 340 does not exist, never has, and never will. My favorite theory on how the concept of level 340 began was that it started as a joke somewhere. The joke spread, it turned into a twisted rumor, and now is a pretense that hundreds of thousands of wanderers think is truth. As far as I am aware, the idea for level 340 dates back at least 3 years ago, and even then, it was already considered to be true. I've posted this article under the level 340 slot on the database, so that any wanderer attempting to research or find the level will be redirected to the truth. I do not doubt that this rumor will only grow to be even more popular, outlandish, and potentially dangerous. So please, correct anyone who thinks that this is true. I dedicated nearly 5 months of research to finding out the truth, and it could be no simpler than this. Level 340 is the worst hoax ever organized. It is not an actual level, and you will not find it. Please go back and read my evidence if you do not believe me, and you will be proven wrong. Note from the author, Dr. Henry Argyle. If anyone has any idea who or what started the Level 340 hoax, please see me in my office on Level 11, the city that never sleeps, located on the third floor of the building, directly behind the bntg warehouse. My next step in my research will be to find the origin of this problem, so I may more easily bring the truth to light. Thank you.